Hey guys, welcome back to our Pokemon TCG Pocket series. We're gonna go over a few metal decks with additional cards that use colorless energy from the new A2 Space-time Smackdown set. There are quite a few cards from this set that will certainly bring some fun and variety to decks. Dialga EX adds so much versatility to the higher energy requirement decks, which makes these decks work quickly to set up. We also just want to say again that we've had such a great time playing TCG Pocket and really enjoy bringing you this content. Please give us a like and subscribe if you can. We really appreciate the support. Could a Metal and Dialga EX fill needs of making more exotic decks? We think there's a strong possibility this card alone can open up variety for countless deck builds. After a full day of testing some of these decks, they each are strong and very capable of consistent wins. These are the decks we've tested through day 1. We'll go over the decks and how we found best to play them. Our first deck is geared towards aggressive starts. Skarmory and Pidgeot EX complement this Dialga EX deck. Skarmory can end a match quickly with metal arms and a Pokemon tool attached, doing 30 more damage. Or Skarmory can set up Pidgeot or Dialga EX to close. Again, Dialga with Metallic Turbo adds 2 steel energy to your bench, no matter the color type of card. It benefits countless deck builds and allows you to run decks with more cards of higher energy needs. Also, because Dialga EX is out of range of most quick damage starters with its 150 HP, you have more turns and more options to bench build. We can also open with Dialga and switch Skarmory in for mid-game. This deck is pretty versatile with leads, and we felt pretty confident with any starting draw. We tend to add a giant cape to Skarmory to start if facing a water deck. We'll use Rocky Helmet against steel and fighting decks as they usually want to attack earlier on. Let's watch it play out. Our next deck will also feature Dialga EX. It's one we already showed in a previous video, but after testing live, we have a few small adjustments. We're running 2 Dawn with this deck now, with the high energy cost needed for all cards in this deck. It made sense to use Dawn so we could always have options to move the energy around. With so many decks now pushing for team synergy, we're now getting closer to reaching matches where each side can draw their entire deck. This definitely helps with deck building and allows players to run more specific cards that fit their playstyle. If you notice, most of our decks now are featuring more than just a couple of single supporter cards, versus the traditional doubles that most decks incorporated for higher chance pulls early on. We feel this will start to become a normal to most decks since the matches are starting to last additional turns. We have Poké Tools to thank for that. They certainly are helping to extend HP and cause players to be hesitant to attack so they don't take additional damage from Rocky Helmet, or not have the needed damage to finish off a card because of Giant Cape. There are countless options now with new trainer cards being added in this update, as well as Poké Tools. It will certainly take time to figure out which support cards fit your playstyle the most. But once you figure out which fits you best, stick with them. Whether it be super aggressive or more focused on chip damage while building, there are now more cards that fit each player's style. Okay, back to decks. Our third deck in this video will still feature Dialga EX, but we're also adding Yanmega EX. The key is to attach Rocky Helmet to Dialga, so you can push all the higher HP EXs down within range for a closer between Yanmega or Melmetal. Yanmega, powered up with Dialga, uses 3 energy for 120 damage with Air Slash. And if you attach a Giant Cape, Yanmega's HP is pushed out of range of the 150 attackers. There are 2 options for the rest of the deck here. Melmetal works well here, but sometimes doesn't have the damage output needed. So, Mew EX might fill that need for you. With Mew, you can also add a Budding Expeditioner with another Dawn. This will allow you to start Mew in the event that you don't open with Dialga. For both of these Yanmega Dialga decks, you can also take out the 1 Giovanni and add another Rocky Helmet to get 20 damage from the helmet versus 10 from the Giovanni, for instances where it matters. Let's watch it play out. Our final deck is a bit of a flip deck, but still puts out consistent damage, with the potential for some really big damage numbers. Adding Wormadam to Mew EX and Dialga EX allows you to always have an option with a lead damage dealer. Wormadam's Iron Head deals a minimum of 50 damage off of 2 energy, with an opportunity to one-shot all front lines with the Flip RNG. This deck also has lower retreat costs, so it's easier to move cards around after the first few turns, without much need for additional energy. Let's watch it in play here. Of these few decks, our personal favorite is Skarmory and Pidgeot EX. This deck also felt to be the most consistent. Let us know if you like any of these decks, or if you've tried them in battle. We'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please give us a like if you can, and we'd love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon with more Pokemon TCG content. Have an awesome day, guys!